All right, everybody. So, tonight, or day, whatever time it is for you, I thought we could enjoy a special, interesting little artifact. This is the Bestech Strelit. It is a titanium frame lock with carbon fiber inlays, black marbled carbon fiber inlays. It has a lock bar insert, but what's most unique about this piece is its shape. So the Bestech Strelit is got obviously a very unique design. It is designed by a gentleman of the name of Ostap Hell. I could be mispronouncing that, but he designed this knife and many others. This knife is designed to be held as such. Although I will say, I prefer to hold it more like this. You get a very, very precise cut when you hold the blade on the pinch up, and it just rests perfectly in your palm for this. The Bestech Strelit, it might look tactical, but I know nothing about how a tactical use of an item like this would be, or if it would be good in a tactical situation, or it kind of forces your pinky up a little bit. So I don't know if it would really be practical to get out and engage and utilize in some sort of ninja fight situation that you find yourself in. As you can see, I have had this engraved with my handle name, Uriah, and Bestech's logo up here in the corner. On the back, you can see Ostap Hell design. This blade is made of M390, which is signified up here. This is one of the more premium versions of this specific knife. It also comes in, I believe, G10 liner locks, as opposed to this frame lock. It has a nice pocket clip. This is an extremely small item. Closed, we're looking at 3¼ inches. And to measure it open is kind of, I feel like you would measure just the blade because your fingers would be up to here. So you're looking at 1 inch. But maybe like to the back of the spine would be 3¼ 3½. And down here to this tip would be 3½. So in any direction, this is a small item. Let's see, is there any other? I don't have anything at hand. Here's a Zippo. This is it next to a Zippo. So as you can see, it's a very, very small item. I enjoy this. I think it's one of the cheaper items in my collection. It's the only non-USA made knife that I own that I would consider not a premium knife. This is a premium version of this knife, but I wouldn't necessarily consider this as a knife standalone, a premium knife. The Bestech Strelit comes, or the Strelit is named after a flower, which is also known as the birds of paradise flower because it looks like a tropical bird. It is a tropical flower. I think I got that right. It's named after the flower, which is named after birds of paradise because it looks like a bird. Yes. So, and that's why this looks like this. It looks kind of like that flower, which looks like a bird. If you can sort of see that. I don't know. It comes in this box. Bestech is got really good fit and finish all around. They're a good quality company. I mean, they're overseas, so everything they do is cheaper per the dollar than American-made stuff, so you can expect some quality out of them. It comes with this little pouch here. I believe that it also came with a carbon fiber cloth as well, but you can see the knife just sits in there. This would be handy if you wanted to only bring like your pocket knife and maybe 2 others to go meet a friend and show them or something. Or for travel. So it's nice that they gave you that. So I do like the Strelit. I think it's unique. I think that it might look a little aggressive to some people, and so they're, put off from purchasing it. I don't generally discuss prices on this channel. I don't generally discuss the prices of knives with, so you can get the cheaper versions of this for like $60-$70, I think. I would recommend the nicer version. This is, I think, a 220. It's one of these knives that I think that you won't realize how phenomenal it is until you have it in hand. That's why it's the only really non-premium knife that I've kept in my collection. Everything else I have is borderline mid-tech, whereas this is definitely not up in that tier. It's good quality, but it's just non-USA made, Bestech, silly Ostap Hell design goodness. I think that it's more utilitarian and precise than anyone gives it credit for, really. If you do this pinch grip, you really can absolutely just anything you need to do, any tape, any, if there was tape here, any precise work, it's just good at anything that you would need a box knife to do that's not, woodwork. You're not processing anything huge. This would go through cardboard in a heartbeat. But definitely not, what you're going to use to be whittling. So I think it reminds me of, I think a lot of my knives remind me of like something like Batman or like a Shadow Sorcerer would hold. I've said that before in other videos. There's something about, the mysterious dark aesthetic of just a mono black murdered out piece. And so you can get this with red carbon fiber inlays, and I think there's silver ones with blue carbon fiber inlays, and there's a whole variety of different colors and blade steels that this the Strelit comes in. So yeah, if you're at all interested in knives and this even piques your interest at all, I definitely recommend picking one up. It's been a wonderful addition to my collection. So, all right, well, thank you for taking a dive into the Bestech Strelit with me. you know, it's a silly little thing. Would I recommend it? Yeah. I think you're supposed to, you can flick it this way in the back, but for me, it's just easier with my thumb on the back like that. Just, it's so small. It is satisfying, though, in its own way. All right. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys next time for the next knife or flashlight or whatever I'm gonna do. Like and subscribe if you would, and I appreciate your time.